Welcome to Mama's Ashram. Yeah, welcome
Welcome
back.
to Mama's Ashram.
So we have a little presentation for you today about mathematics, about numerology, the Yugas, the zodiacs, Plato. Yeah. So what we see here is Plato, a Greek philosopher around 400 BC, 500, 400 BC. And he was really interested in mathematics as well. And he figured out what we call today the Platonic year or the world year, which is 25,920 years in our time.
Mhm.
This is what it takes the sun to rise in the same zodiac sign again. So the sun rises every 2,160 years, which is the number Plato predicted divided by 12. So we have got a month, a world month. The sun rises in another constellation in the zodiac. Um, he also figured out these forms, these polygons. So there are five polygons who can be fitted into a sphere and be symmetrical to each other. Yeah, they also
So,
form all together. They form the Metatron's cube. Maybe you've heard of it before. It's also a very occult symbology around.
is the Metatron's cube
It's
is
them
the
all together,
summation? Okay.
right? And it's also a deity talked about in some mystery schools. The Metatron is yeah, like a yantra, we would call it in Hinduism or
Mhm.
in the yoga philosophy. Um,
Right.
yeah, there could be a yantra of a deity, the Metatron cube. But this is another topic we could talk about somewhere else.
Yeah.
So what we can see here is also the angles who reside in these forms. So you take all the angles together, you get 720 degrees for the pyramid shape, and so on, 2,160 for the cube, which is also the month, the Earth month, what I talked about before, like 25,920 divided by 12. You get the month of the Earth where um, yeah, the Earth shifts by 30 degrees, so the sun rises in another zodiac sign, another constellation. What is also interesting here is when you combine all of them, you add them together, they are also, like you see here in German written, associated to the elements, fire, earth, air, and water. And when you combine all of them, you get 7,920 miles, which is the diameter of the Earth, which is also very interesting. Also, all these numbers can be divided in numerology, uh, numerologic combined, like added, that they all equal 9, which is
Mhm.
also a very mystical number in India, no?
So for nine, the number nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So fire is fire, Erde is
Yes,
earth, Luft is air, and Wasser is water.
exactly.
Uh,
Oh, you're getting really good in German, do
yeah, also philosophy.
you?
Also,
That's
how
fine.
do these angles relate to the elements? How does fire relate to 720 degrees and earth relate to
Really good
because
question, man. I don't know.
yeah,
What
I
would you
understand that these
say?
angles are related to the shapes, but how do they relate to the element?
Yeah, well, I only guess. I can only guess. I don't not enter that too much with an educated guess. I think fire you could see it as the upwards going triangle, and this we have in all mythologies, alchemical or whatever is always the representation of fire. Upwards going triangle, and this is just a 3D shape of it, so pyramid. And with Earth, I think it also makes sense that we have the only
Yeah, because it's stable.
um, Yeah, because it's
uh,
stable. It has like,
mm,
it doesn't, yeah. There's like a fundament, like a foundation, kind of. Yeah. But with the other two, I don't know. Like, I even don't know if the numbers can somehow correlate.
for water, I think I can guess because it has a lot of vortices, a lot of angles. So water flows. This so the shape is such. It also has the maximum degrees, right?
Yeah,
It also has
exactly.
the
It has a full circle.
most number of vertices, so it can flow into any direction.
Yeah.
Thus, this shape for water. And million is what degrees? Million.
Milan's miles.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Similar.
here we can see another picture how the Earth ecliptic, how the ecliptic of the Earth is changing. So this is also called the precession of the equinoxes when we talk about these shifting of astrological signs. You can see here in the North Pole in 12,900 years would be in another uh, zodiac sign.
Mm-hmm.
So when you when we well, here's another one where you can see this. The other thing is that, like, in our year, we have the zodiac signs. We go from Aries to Taurus to Twin to Cancer, um, and so on. Yeah, and but the Earth, it moves in the other direction. So the sun will not, like we used to have it on Earth, will not go from Twins to Cancer to Lion. It will go the other way around, right?
Uh,
This is also associated with a lot of mysteries, like especially Mithras, the Mithras cult, which the whole Roman army, imperial army, was part of, and also in Persia, the whole army was basically Mithras cult army. And he is uh, like he's also called the mediator. So he is the one who like spins the universe around us. So this one way direction what we have on Earth has a counterpart to it, but this is
mm-hmm.
another subject. So yeah, you can just see a sunrise, maybe in one constellation behind the stars. This I wanted to show that just because that we can understand that throughout the ages, humanity always looked at the stars and the sun, and we could see where the sun is actually rising in which constellations.
Okay.
Because, okay, then let's get to this first. Yugas. Um, I think the Yugas are also correlate to this number because the Indians they came to the same number. Maybe you can speak on this more.
Yeah,
Um,
as we progress.
through another technique than measuring the Earth and the Sun and the stars, like Plato does, to come to these 25,920 years. The Indians come to this through breathing.
Wow.
So what I've heard is that they estimated that we breathe 18 times in a minute. That's our usual breath rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart beats 4 times faster. So that's 72 heartbeats in a minute. 72 would be also um, correlate to 1 degree in the big cycle in the Earth year. So 72 years. In 72 years, the Earth cycle spins to spins to 1 degree. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and 18 breath we take in a minute when we add or calculate that to 1 day. So we get 18 times in a minute times 60, so we get to 1 hour, and times 24. So we have a full day. It's the same number as 25,920. So there we see
And
also, I think,
and
an
70
hermetical principle, like the first one or the second one, I think it is. So above, so below. You know this?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As above,
As
so
above,
below.
so below. Yeah.
And 72 also sums up to 9. Also 18.
All the numbers sum up to
Yeah.
9, always. Yeah, you can divide them always by 9 and 3.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's something that
And
Nikola Tesla said about these numbers. I think it was 3 and 9 or 3, 6 and 9.
3, 6, and 9, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And all the mysteries of
Yeah.
the world are in these
Yeah, to
three
understand the
numbers.
mysteries,
Yeah.
3,
3,
6, and
6, 9.
9, and you have to look at vibrations and waves and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really interesting number. And I think these also correlate to the yugas that we have in Indian philosophy, yoga teaching. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if you divide the Satya Yuga, uh, yeah, 17 million, no, 1,728,000 years by 2,592, you get the number 666.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, we have these correlates. Also, you could divide them by 720, and you get 24, like the days, the hours of the day. And then this would be 18 hours. This would be 12 hours. This would be 6 hours.
Did you? How did you? How did you know that this would? If you divide it with this number, you'll get. Did you? How was it hidden? Was it hidden tile method, or how did
I
you
don't know,
figure
man.
this out? And how did this
I
come to your
just,
mind that maybe I should do something with these numbers so it comes to 666? Why?
well, I didn't do that on purpose, you know. I just saw two numbers and I wanted to compare them, but because I thought like as above, so below. So everything has a connection. I believe in this deeply. So
Holy
also
shit!
like the biggest illusion is division. So everything is connected somehow. And this is because I did the comparison. I just divided these numbers. I just had a look, and also these numbers are the same as the other numbers with the shapes. All of them come down to 9 if you add
Yeah,
them
I
numerologically.
just calculated 8,000, 8,064,000 sums to 9. Kali Yuga is also sums to 9. Satyuga is also sums all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Also, the Kali Yuga, what you can see there is another reference to music. 432
Ah,
frequency. What you see nowadays everywhere on the internet, biological by how do you say it? By audible sounds,
binaural. Binaural.
binaural sounds. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and it's the eight tone that we have in modern music theory is tuned to 432 hertz.
Oof. Heavy stuff, Malte.
Whereas above, so below. So it's all connected, mate. So what about I actually wanted to go through is the zodiac signs. So if the sun rises in another sign every 2,160 years, I believe that people always saw that. They were observing the sky. And I think most of religion, what we have is, or lots of religions, not all of them, I think, but lots of religion, especially in the ancient times, is astrotheology. So they were looking at the stars. We see this in Christianity, where the supposed date of Jesus' birth is December 25th, which is the winter solstice. Eastern is on the
Mm-hmm.
summer, on the spring equinox. We have lots of other things who are correlated with astrology. Yeah. So I believe that people always looked at the sky, looked at the stars and the sun, and based a belief around in which zodiac sign the sun was rising.
Right.
So with
Also the Hindu calendar, which is very different from the Gregorian calendar and other calendars. Surprisingly, interestingly, every god's birthday is usually on either the 8th day from new moon or it's on the full
mm,
moon.
mm, oh
Always.
wow. Yeah, this is a very interesting thing. This is where we get the number 12 or 13 also from. When we see just it's always, or most of the time, there are 12 full moons in a year. I think this is also what we see in Judaism is really magical number 12. Yeah, there are lots of things. But let's get back to the zodiac signs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 2160 years ago, we were coming into the age of Pisces, of the fishes, from Aries. Um, this is when Jesus lived. Well, it's supposed to be lived. And this is where in Christianity we see always a connection with Jesus and the fishes. Here we have another engraving. This is a window of a church. Another one where you can see Jesus and the fishes. And there's also the famous story when he came to this one village and converted all the fishers to convert more people to Christianity or his cult. Where he said to them, from now on, we fish humans instead of fish.
Sounds fishy.
Yeah, sounds fishy. Here we have another one. And I found also another picture of
Yeah.
a god in
Yeah,
India
yeah,
associated with the fish. Who is this
yeah.
mother?
I believe this could be a Matsya, Matsya avatar, which was the very first avatar or manifestation of Vishnu. So the first form that the the supreme energy took to on this earth was in the form of a fish. But I'm not sure if it is Matsya avatar. This could be the personification of a river also, because we like to do that a lot. Personify rivers and the nature.
Mm, mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is also, I think, in the creation myth around the world, we have a big association with water and a deity. So water is also associated with dragons, like
Hmm.
Tiamat.
Like what?
Tiamat.
What's that?
It's, I think, a creation myth from the Sumerians or Babylonians. Yeah,
Tiamat.
Tiamat.
Yeah.
All right. So then we go another 2000 years back. So from now we're currently moving into the age of Aquarius, and the past 2000 years was the age of fishes, Pisces, and then we go back another 2000 years. We arrive at the age of the um, Aries,
Hmm.
and then we see it in Judaism. Always Moses is associated with the ram and the lamb.
Mo- Moses without the noses.
Moses without the noses and with the horns. This is a famous sculpture. Um, and we also have this in this story where Abraham, I think, was um, to slaughter his son, you know.
Hmm.
And in the last moment, God told him, I don't know, it was just a test of faith. But then after this, they always took a lamb instead of for the
Uh,
yeah for the
for the
sacrifice.
sacrifice, yeah. I've seen in
Yes.
lamb is always the sacrifice in most cultures.
No, no. So yeah, I think this is because, and again, they were seeing the sun rising in the lamb in the zodiac. areas. Yeah. So and then 2000 years back, another time we arrive at Taurus, and
Yes.
this we see in Egyptian um, sculptures and religion. This is called the Apis um, Taurus, Apis bull,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really heavily worshipped in Egypt, Egypt, ancient Egypt.
Yes.
Also, we have this in the Mithras cult in Persia and in the late Roman Empire.
Yeah.
We always see this depiction of Mithras slaying the bull. Here we have always with Mithras we have a snake, a dog, sometimes a scorpion down there, which is all also related to the zodiac sign, to the zodiac circle.
So who exactly are the Mithras?
Mithras. Oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
a very big topic actually. Mithras cult
Yeah.
goes way back to Persian Empire, to the Zoroastrian Austrian religion also, which was probably instated by the Persian Empire by Cyrus the Great, the second. This is the guy we see also in the movie 300, like Sparta movie.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
remember this one? He fights against Xerxes or something, and
Yeah,
this
I haven't
is
seen the
supposed
movie.
to be Cyrus the Great. Yeah, he was
I haven't
really
seen.
the biggest Persian conqueror. He was also the one who give birth to this idea of a philosopher king, which Alexander the Great then wanted to enact in all of his conquered states.
Mm-hmm.
Cyrus is also known for that all the regions he conquered, he would let the people have their own religion, their own money, their own kind of society, what they had, and even supported them on that. You know, he is known that he would build temple for different religions, not for its own. You know, we would just build temples
Yeah.
for all the religions that he in all the lands he conquered. So I think a big part of liberalism also comes from him. And we also see the bull, the Taurus, in Hindu culture.
Om Namah
Maybe you can
Shivaya.
talk a little bit about this.
Yeah.
I
So
think this is Shiva.
yeah, this is Shiva, who is one of the three major heads of Hinduism, and he is the god of destruction and transformation. Mm,
And he's sometimes depicted also riding the bull.
yeah, a bull, and his bull is called Nandi. So whenever we see a bull in the streets, we call it Nandi has arrived. And the water that's
All
flowing
right.
out of his head is the river Ganga.
Yes. Yes. This is
Uh,
also very big on symbology in these pictures in Hinduism.
everything in his everything you see here, the moon, the crescent moon on his forehead, on his head, the third eye,
Yeah.
the water, the trident,
The snake, the
the
drums,
drum.
the
Yeah, everything
trident.
has a meaning. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we can talk about this a lot, I think.
Yeah, a lot.
But yeah, I also see this in Egyptian
Yeah, the
culture. We
bulls.
saw also that they were a time where they worshipped the bull. And I think it has a lot to do also with just surviving. You know, the bull or the cow. I know in India it's not allowed to eat, but I think for a lot of people or humanity, um, it was like the perfect animal you can find. You know, it gives milk where you can make lots of shit from. It gives leather where you can make clothes from. It gives meat. It gives horn for jewelry or protection for weapons.
And also
There's
use
so
its poop
many
for fertilizer or manure.
fortifying.
Manure. No, you can use its poop to make manure
Ah, hit
for
for
the crops. Yeah,
fertilizer. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
fertilizers manure.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is like the perfect animal we could find and domesticate, for our
Yeah,
purposes.
the cow. Yeah, they're also kind of cute, no?
Yeah, really good. So here we have another picture of some Indian god riding a bull.
Yeah, this is
Who's this
Yamaraj.
one?
Yamaraj is the god of death. He also rides a black bull, and yeah,
He's like the Grim Reaper or something.
yeah. So when you die, They say him along with two of his soldiers that look really terrible. They come to take you away when you die.
Okay. They come and take you where exactly?
To the next worlds. We believe there is another world which is called the Pitralok. So you
Hmm.
stay there for some time and then you come back to the earth if you are not enlightened. And if you are enlightened, then it's a long way.
Okay. So another reincarnation then. All right. So now we go another 2000 years back. And I don't think this is the right picture. I wanted to have Shiva and Shakti, but this is not Shiva and Shakti.
Yeah, these are Ram and
Um,
Sita.
yeah.
Sri Ram and Sita,
All
who
right.
are
Yeah. What?
also, yeah, Sri Ram, the god on the left, is also a manifestation of Vishnu, like the Matsya avatar,
Yeah. All right. So
and
what I
Sita
wanted
is
to
his
get
wife.
to is that yeah, another 2000 years back, 2160 to be precise, we come into the age of twins. And I think this is where dualism starts a lot and
Yeah,
in human society, in humankind. And we have the scriptures of the tantras that I wanted to have Shiva and Shakti because it's a dialogue, pretty much. And we also have this in another really lots of mystery cults like the Freemasonry. We can see here we have these two pillars who represent the twins and the moon and the sun, of course. And we also have it from creation myth out from that time. Um, from the north, for example, is where you have two brothers, um, Manu and Yimu. Manu means just man, and Yimu means twin. And one of them has to slay the other. I don't remember which one slays the other one to create the earth or to create the universe.
like Cain and Abel.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the same myth coming through the ages. I think it's all been preserved. Yeah, Cain and Abel, brothers killing each other. Where I think it also comes to when it goes around conflict in the world. And of course, scholars still debate, but I would be it would be it could be possible that this Samkhya philosophy could also come from this time. Um, yeah, when the sun was dominant with the twin sign,
Which is
where you have a dualistic
2160
philosophy,
years ago.
which would be even older. This would be 6,000 to 4,000 BC.
Yeah,
So like 8,000 years ago.
yeah, 8,000 years ago, 8,000. Because I've heard that Sankhya philosophy is 7,000 to 10,000 BC old.
Yeah, I hear that this is 7,000 years old, so like around 5,000 BC.
Okay.
That's what I heard about Samkhya. So this would fit perfectly, like 6,000 to 4,000 BC, 5,000 BC would be
Mm.
in it. But yeah, this is still up to debate. Also, we can never know, because we may have scriptures from that, but we don't know how old the idea is.
How old the
Yeah,
who is?
the idea, the idea is,
Yeah, because the Vedas were written
could
very late.
yeah, it could be written down very late and could be
Yeah,
translated orally to
so
generations.
so we had this concept of Shruti and Smriti, which is to listen and remember.
Okay.
And thousands of years ago, that's how education was in India, just by listening and remembering and chanting.
Yeah.
So this is how chanting came into being, to remember.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, reminds me
And
a
the
lot of
Vedas,
my own school time when we had to learn English and we had these audio files, and then they would always say at the end, listen and repeat.
yeah, so that's how it was back then. Chanting has more meaning than just remembering, but yeah, in the Vedic times, those times when the Vedic period basically, which was 10,000 BC.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
that's how the Vedas were passed from generation to generation
So it was
by
also like
constant chanting.
a education um,
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Well, I think it always have like this, the oldest myth or stories we have are mostly written down as poems, especially in the
yeah, yeah.
north, also the Greeks. Um, I think it just has the advantage that we can remember this better, We can remember like jingles from fucking uh advertisements, these days, all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to remember. It's like, yeah, 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 you got the rhyme, you get the rhythm, and you're done. You know it forever,
Yeah. Should
and
we
your
keep a
mind gets
jingle for
overloaded
Mama's
with
Ash?
this stuff.
Should we keep a jingle for Mama's Ashram also?
Welcome, welcome to Mama's Ashram.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om.
Yeah, I think this was always the preferred um, kind of to preserve knowledge.
Orally transmitting
Yeah, or
knowledge.
orally transmitted. Yeah. Yeah, here we have another fresco from twins. I don't even know where this comes from. And if we go another 2,000 years in the past, we come to the times of Cancer. And Cancer is dominated by the moon. It's the only star sign that's dominated by the moon.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Lion is the only star sign dominated by the sun.
yep.
Um, so you see lots of moon worship in these times. I would say also these are associated with the feminine side of nature. So you see a lot of yeah, like feminine or goddess worship in these times more than we would now say that. Well, no, don't say God has a gender, but most people would probably um, assign him as male.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, in these times it was more the goddess and the moon, which was also associated with the owl, because we don't know if the signs we have today in the zodiac, because they're pretty random. You could make lots of shades out of these stars who are in this particular spot in the sky, and the the sign actually with the 69 or yin yang kind of symbol doesn't have anything to do with Cancer. I don't see the comparison. So I don't know. So we don't know if they called them Cancer or whatever. Maybe they saw an owl in this. So this is because the moon is also associated with the owl, especially in Greek.
Mm. Even in the Vedas,
And
it's mostly just sun and the moon that they praise.
yeah,
Mm. So the moon is called the Som, and you see the crescent moon on Shiva's head. So
yeah,
Shiva is also called Someshwar, which is the god of moon or the king of
yeah.
moon.
Yeah,
And
this
moon
is
is
this is very interesting. It's only or well, the only two languages I know where the moon is male and the sun is female
mm,
are actually Indian, Hindu, or and
Hindu.
German.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
In
Right.
Germany, we have the same. We say the moon is male and the sun is female, but in most other languages, you have it the other way around. Or in English,
In
you don't
Hin-
have a gender for it.
in Hindi and Sanskrit, both are male. Moon and sun.
Yeah,
They're both male. Also, from Som, I remember there's also a Vedic drink which
yeah,
is called Somras, which
yeah,
is
yeah. This goes very another topic. Soma, Homa, the really
yeah,
uh,
the most
good drinks
powerful
that they have.
psychedelic. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it
Amarita,
makes you
Amrita,
immortal. Yeah, Amrit. It makes you immortal,
Amrit.
and it makes
Yes,
you
and
see
we have what
past
the
visions.
Amarita muscara is.
Amrita Muskara. I don't know what that is.
This is the mushroom, the red mushroom with the white dots.
Ah, okay.
The
Hmm.
scientific name is Amarita muscara, and it's etymologically connected to the Hindu Amrit drink.
I've seen that those mushrooms are also connected with Rudra, which is a form of Shiva, also a Vedic form of Shiva, the Rudra. And him also he also is in red and white, just like that mushroom.
Yes, yes, but this is also where we have the symbolic of the Christmas guy. How is it called? Santa Claus.
The
He has the same colors, red and
Christmas
white.
guy.
The Christmas
Okay.
guy.
Hmm.
Not into this kind of weird uh, religion they have going on, the Christians. So
Yeah.
we see in ancient Greek, the owl is of course associated with Athens and Athena, the goddess of wisdom. And we have here
Okay.
just a coin from ancient Greek. Where you have the alpha and the omega, and I don't know the E also written on it, which was kind of a religious shout they did.
Also, owl is also the ride of Lakshmi. Lakshmi rides an owl. Lakshmi is a Hindu goddess of wealth
Yeah,
and fortune.
and she has this associated with her, the owl.
She rides an owl.
She rides an owl. Wow,
Yeah.
okay, interesting. So she rides on the wisdom,
Yeah. So we say
maybe.
that these animals are they 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 are like they show these characteristics. For example, uh, a cow. So the Divine Mother rides a cow, and the cow carries the energy of the Divine Mother because a she feeds milk to everybody like it's her own child.
Mm.
B
Yeah,
she's super nice. She's rarely ever angry. A cow,
yeah.
and she's got
Super
dreamy eyes.
tranquility. Yeah.
So these animals, when we say this particular god or goddess rides an animal, it is that the animal carries that particular vibe or energy.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, 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 just like archetypes, like
Mhm.
we understand today with Carl Jung.
Yeah. So in
Yeah,
Hinduism also the owl is represented as wisdom and wealth. What was the Greek goddess Athena? She was also related
Athena,
to,
yeah.
yeah, she was also related
Wisdom, yeah.
to wisdom. So it's the same.
And also to prosperity, I think,
It's same. It's the
because this
same.
is,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Prosperity in wisdom is also linked with Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of wisdom and study, not study, wisdom and good luck, fortune and wealth.
yeah, yeah, you can associate it with this. This is, where language fails and just pictures make a broader understanding for us. We can name so many words associated with the owl, but if we just show the picture of the owl, we would instantly know, because we know the associations with it. Yeah. So the moon, the owl, Cancer. If you go back another 2,000 years, we come to the lion, to the sun.
Right.
And I think here, this is a Hindu goddess riding on the lion. I think this is a somehow maybe a transition state where the lion was overcome, will be overcome by a female goddess. Like when we take this, there's always like 120 or 200 years where the sun is neither in this sign rising or in this sign. There's a transition state. For us humans, it takes a really long time, 72 years for 1 degree. So that would be like a few hundred years where the sun is in a transitioning state. I think this is where also these pictures come in. Yeah, we can see the female goddess overcoming the lion. We have the same in Greek mythology. Um, and we have the one of the oldest little statues and figurines we have found in
Archaeology. Yeah.
archaeology. Thank you, Malte. Uh, is this the lion man figurine in Africa? And what I also think is that the Sphinx
Mm.
was or had originally a lion head, because you can see here everything
Yeah,
is really big, the body, and
big.
the
Yeah,
head is really small.
and the ratio is not
Also,
right.
these what?
The ratio is not
Yeah, the ratios are
proper.
really
Yeah.
totally off. And you could just
Mm.
take off stone, and make a new face out of
Yeah.
it, and then it gets
Yeah.
smaller and smaller. So maybe they have done that. Maybe the head was just not uh, well
Mm-hmm.
balanced and fall off or whatever. And some archaeologists say here we have this corrosion on the stone, which can only come from water.
Mm-hmm.
So they say that the Sphinx is actually really much older than the pyramids and everything, because the
Oh.
last time the desert was, or this part of the desert was filled with water, is a really really long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And
Yeah.
then we also have a lion god in Hinduism again.
Uh,
Which one is this?
This is the
You know?
Narsim avatar of Vishnu, which was also this is one of the three avatars that Vishnu manifested in Satyug.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the oldest. So he's half lion and half man, and he killed this
Yeah.
thief called Hiranyakashipu.
All right. So yeah, this would be also around this time. And this is really interesting here. I think what we see in a lot of also Buddhism sculptures is these 9 snakes on top of him.
So Vishnu always has a snake over his head. If you see a picture of Vishnu, he's in an ocean which is called the Shir Sagar, and
Mm-hmm.
the lion, the snake, is always with him. And whenever he manifests, whenever Vishnu takes an avatar, the snake comes along with him, and he's
Hmm.
the king of all snakes.
Interesting. Yeah. Which is also, I think, correlates to another one, to the nines, where we talk about before the numbers, all the shapes, all the years, all the breath cycle of humans in a day and everything like this. It all comes down to the number 9. And we have this in various statues. Here's another Buddhist statue, I reckon. And you always have these 9 snakes above of them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is to
So
round this whole thing up.
Buddha is also called a manifestation of Vishnu, which is very debatable, which the modern age Buddhist does not like to accept. So I would not go to that.
Yeah, man, there's a really interesting theory also about Taoism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and Zoroastrianism, because they're all very similar and they all have tantras. So also in Zoroastrianism, you have tantric scriptures, also in Taoism. And the theory is that this was a religion of the Silk Road. So this was the religion of the merchants, of the travelers who went along the Silk Road. And they had
Buddhism.
this. No, 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 not Buddhism. This was another. It was has no name now. It's just a theory that this Buddhism, Taoism, Hinduism, and Zoroastrianism is
Mhm.
actually one religion from the Silk Road people, from the merchants who went up and down the Silk Road to trade it. And of course, they get in contact with the local people and they show them their religion. And this is how all of these separations happened and all of these splits and different interpretations of the same religion happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really
Interesting.
interesting topic as well.
It is.
So yeah, but with the 9 snakes, I wanted to, make the full circle back to the beginning of all of our precious adventure through time.
Oh,
And
also the snake has 9 heads. Number 9.
yeah, that's what I say. That's what I keep saying. Number 9, all dividable by 9.
There's also a song by
And
the
we keep
Beatles. It's
this.
called Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. This is
Yeah.
also the snake is called Sheshnag, and it
Okay.
has another name called Ananta, and Ananta translates to endless.
Yes, the snake is heavily associated with immortality or rebirth or reincarnation, because it shades his skin, and people, of course, yeah, were seeing that in nature, so they thought it would be immortal.
Yeah. Also, a beautiful presentation, Malte. This was some really
Thank you
heavy
very much.
research. Also, a lot to digest. I
Yeah, I
think I need
think
to
there's a lot.
see the video myself a few times to understand in fully what happened here. But I could see a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
there are so
research.
many topics, where we can
Yeah,
split off and go
yeah.
when there's interest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thank you for
Beautiful
your
stuff.
time. Hope you enjoyed.
Always a pleasure, my friend.